Hello, welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm your host today, Francy Hall. We have a great show for you. We've got Stormy Trom from the Food Shelf. We've got your state representative, John Petersburg. And we also welcome your ideas for future guests. You can contact us at owatonnatoday@charter.net. You can also call Leanne directly at 390-5751. Thanks for joining us. We're going to hear from our great sponsors, and we'll be right back with Stormy Trom.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Juvenile fire setters cause a lot of problems with young adults and children in our community. To help people and parents or anybody with their juvenile fire setter, we have a program down here that will help you get information to pass on to your juveniles and young adults about fire setting and the common problems with that and the dangers of juvenile fire setting program. This is a public service information from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hi, welcome back. We are here with Stormy Trom from the Food Shelf, and Stormy, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you. So this was Food Share Month. We
Yep.
are at the end of the month, so tell us how you did.
Well, every March across the state of Minnesota we have contest, and so we try to restock all the food shelves for the upcoming summer months. Minnesota Food Share has been going on now for more years than we have, and we've been there for 22 years.
Wow.
So first of all, we kicked off our month again with the Hometown Sampler.
Great show.
Great show. It's so much fun. I'm already trying to book it for next year, so everyone keep that on your calendars for the 1st of March next year.
Yep.
We kicked that off and we made nearly $28,000 that weekend. So, but our goal for the month was $100,000 and/or pounds.
How did we do?
I'm glad to say, we made our $100,000, and that's not including the pounds, that's the cash.
Okay.
So I want to thank everyone who has contributed so far this year. You still have time if you'd like to get in on the match. We can always use those dollars. It was fantastic. I mean, we are so happy and so pleased, and I just want to thank everyone for being so supportive of the Food Shelf program.
It is such a vital program in the community. We do have a lot of hungry people here in Steele County, in Owatonna, and the donations that are raised from this whole Food Share Month, that's not all that you get to support you. You need more, don't you?
Well, over the summer months, this takes care of a lot of the need. As you know,
summer being the months when kids aren't in school, they don't have those school lunch programs and things like that, so the families need a little extra.
Right. There's, I think it's nearly 45% of all the children in the Owatonna School District now are eligible for the free and reduced lunch program.
Wow. Almost half.
So a lot of the families are needing a little extra help during the summer months. So we're there, and we have plenty of fresh fruit and vegetables. Our whole package now is focused totally, and it always has been, on a good nutrition.
Okay.
Not just whatever we can give people, but we want to make sure in the package they have 10 days worth of groceries that will provide them and all the members in their family with good nutrition.
And so 10 days worth of groceries, how often can they come to the Food Shelf for help?
Okay. For our main service, it's once a month.
Okay.
And it's for the 10-day package. But daily we have bread and produce out on the tables that we have extra, that we invite people to come daily if they want to.
And where do you get do you buy the produce? Do people donate the produce? Where does that come from?
Well, we have a lot of support from our local grocery stores right now. We go out every day of the week, 3 days a week out to Walmart, 2 days to Cashwise. We also go to Hy-Vee and Fairway, and they've been giving us all their close to sell-by date product.
So still good, but they just...
Yes, which we know. There's a learning curve there on expiration. We've been trying to explain to people that that is more for the in-store, for the grocers to
Sell by
look
doesn't
at.
mean eat by.
No,
You
exactly.
can eat it after the sell by.
That'll be another whole program about that. But yes, so we're really fortunate to have that. But there's a lot of the product that we don't get in, so the dollars that I received during the March Food Share campaign and year-round, we're shopping at the Channel 1 Food Bank in Rochester. We also get the USDA commodities from Rochester. So it takes a lot of resources and donations to meet the need in our
And
county.
when you're going to Rochester to get these items, you're driving your own truck and you're spending the money on the gas and all of that stuff too.
Well, actually, Channel 1 has a semi, and the
Oh,
load
great.
size of what we bring in is a semi-load once a month. So we're bringing in 15,000 pounds of food. So yeah, but we still have to pay for the transportation costs
You
to get the
do.
food in.
So that's
Yeah.
another expense.
Yep.
Okay. What kind of donations do you need year round? Because this is great, this major fundraising push and push for
Right.
food, but year round you still need some support.
We have support from many of the churches. They know that hunger isn't just during March, and so we are very supported by our community and individuals who just sit down and write a check, send it in. You may think that that $25 or $10 check doesn't count or add up, but it certainly does. And that just goes to prove this year for March Food Share Month, we had 2 corporate sponsors pretty much that gave a substantial amount.
And
but
who
the
are
rest,
they? Let's give them a
Federated
a shout out.
Federated Insurance, they donated $25,000 this
Wow,
year.
thank you, Federated.
And Gopher Sport donated $10,000.
Wonderful.
So with that, and then all the help from the community, the churches, we were able to make that $100,000 goal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And when you spend that money, when you have to go to Channel 1, and how much can a dollar get you? I mean, I know that they can spend money, I mean, their money goes a lot farther than ours does. So
Right, a lot of the product, right now they have a program for fruit and vegetables. I think it's coming in at 18 cents a pound, so we can buy what they have. Milk is costing us about 97 cents a half gallon.
wow.
So there are advantages to
Yes,
shopping
yeah.
there.
So giving money to the food shelf is a good idea because it stretches. But if people can't or won't give money or want to give in addition to that, what kind of food items do you need?
Well, actually, we need everything that's in your basic food groups. We have refrigeration and freezers now, so we're able to take milk and eggs, and we also have meat choices available. We also want to be careful to make sure that we have cultural appropriate food items on hand. So there's a lot of populations in our community that like to eat fresh fruits and vegetables, probably more so than our Scandinavian backgrounds. But,
Meat and potatoes.
but we need to learn that, yes, this is what we need in our diet, and we've heard that
when
more
you
and
say
more.
culturally appropriate, what are some examples of the kinds of foods that people could bring in that would meet that requirement?
A lot of it is, well, like you say, if they want to donate, that's probably the best because we can look at the shelves and see what our needs are. But we have a lot of rice, the fresher fruits and vegetables. A lot of people aren't used to eating out of cans as much, so we're really trying to get away from that's the only choice or only thing to give to a food shelf. So in the summer months, we'd love to have gardeners in our community, master gardeners, plant a row for the food shelf, so you can keep bringing that in. Harvest time for the apples. We really appreciate all that. We have some orchards in our area that donate to us as well. And we also have personal care items on hand. A lot of the products people can't buy if they're on the EBT or food stamp assistance. Those dollars can't be spent for some of those things, so we have laundry soap and shampoos and toothpaste and brushes. Yep.
Diapers?
Yes, actually. We are right now a site for the diaper bank that has started, and people can come in, but they have to have a referral from another agency.
So a local agency from here in Steele County.
Right. It's started out of a group from the Alina Health Clinic, and they saw that there was a real need for diapers in our community because of the children that were coming through the clinic were having not being changed probably as often as they should be. And so the parents were telling them, you know, we just can't afford the diapers. So yes, we're part of that program now, so people can refer them.
Can you buy
individuals
those
to
at any
us.
kind of special price, or are those things that you would want people to donate?
Actually, the diaper bank is taking care of that. They're contacting companies, and right now we have, I think there's 30 cases on the shelves. So yeah, it's a really great program. That's what we're hoping to do is, as programs and good ideas develop, try to get them all umbrellaed under one facility and not necessarily the food shelf, but bringing us all together so that we can do more of a wraparound service and help individuals with needs, because we know when they come to the food shelf, that's just probably one of the many needs at that time, or emergency.
So emergency needs, and you said the EBT card. For people who don't know, you know, what kinds of other support there is for food in our community for those who are food insecure, is what it's called, don't have enough to eat. What are the sources that they have? The EBT card, what does that stand for?
It's electronic benefits, and it's from the county, and it's a federal program where they'll get dollars for going shopping themselves at the grocery store, and that would be the first place I would encourage people to go. We also have the food shelf. You have to be a resident of Steele County and qualify for our program as well, fill out an application. Right now we have several soup suppers in our community going on. I think, I'd hate to start naming them in the times, but you could check on our website and we'll have those listed as well. We also have backpack programs that's happening at some of our churches in town. So it's been identified as a real need in our community, and that is one thing that we just are not going to accept, that there are folks out there that do not have enough to eat.
Right, and unfortunately the problem isn't going away. So it's so good to have the food shelf in our community to serve those people. Is there anything else that you would like to let folks know about the food shelf that they may not already know?
Anytime you want to stop by, just come out and see us.
You need volunteers?
We always need volunteers. Like I said, we have pickups, so you know, if you want to just go out, run out to the grocery stores and come back with our product, that'd be good. We have shifts that people can sign up for.
Okay.
There's always something interesting going on.
Great.
We just need you to come out and see our operation.
Well, I think that's the time that we have today with Stormy from the food shelf, and as she said, volunteers are needed. Donations are needed year-round, but they made their goal, thank goodness. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be right back with Representative John Petersburg.
What would you do if you or your family had to go to bed hungry every night because you did not have enough food to feed your children or yourself? This is Stormy Trom from the Steele County Food Shelf reminding you that March is Food Share Month. So far this year, we have provided food to over 500 Steele County residents, and the need continues to grow. Please help us keep our shelves stocked with nutritious food by donating money or non-perishable food items to the Steele County Food Shelf. Our goal is to raise $100,000 this March. No one in Steele County should have to go to bed hungry. Thank you for your generous support of the Steele County Food Shelf.
Hi, my name is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance. We're here to handle all your insurance needs. We are a very proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
From ABC's hit show Shark Tank, Damon John, motivational speaker and best-selling author Liz Murray, and legendary actor-comedian Dan Aykroyd. Register online at refreshleadership.com/live.
Hi, this is Doug Johnson at the Owatonna Business Incubator, a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show. We'd like to welcome you to the incubator. If you're a small business, whether you're existing or a startup, we can help you with office space, manufacturing or warehouse, and free confidential counseling.
Welcome to Bremer Bank. I am Jason Iberg.
And I'm Shannon Pedersen.
Bremer is a full financial services bank.
We invite you to stop by Bremer Bank and experience the Bremer difference.
You are always welcome at Bremer.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show. We have in studio here with us your state representative for the House, John Petersburg. He is on spring break right now, and he chose to be here instead of Boca. So,
yeah, we really are. It's kind of like spring break, just like college kids, right?
Right.
Except we don't get to take a vacation. Instead, we get to come back to our district and spend some time with the people here and learn more about what's going on and try to help them know what's going on up at the Capitol.
Well, that's why we're here today. What is going on at the Capitol? So right now you're on break, and when you get back, what are going to be some of the hot topics that are going to be discussed there, and what kind of votes might be coming up?
You know, spring break generally also is kind of the division between when we have had all of our committee deadlines, all of our targets have been set in regards to spending in the various areas of the Capitol. So from this point on, we're going to start seeing more and more time on the floor instead of committee work. Up to this point, we spent most of our time in committee work trying to work on bills here, various bills here, testimony, etc. As you may or may not know, we've had over 3,000 bills submitted for possible testimony and hearings at committees, and only a few of them have made it to the floor, and a lot of the ones that have been heard may be included in omnibus bills, which are large bills that bring together all those bills into one piece. So
right now they've heard about all these bills, not all 3,000, but a portion, a small portion. How many of those do you think were in committee and discussed in committee?
Oh, my guess is probably a couple hundred.
Okay, and of those couple hundred, so you and your fellow legislators on the House and the Senate side talk in the committee about the particular bills and decide whether or not it will pass muster to be able to go up for a vote coming up, right?
Correct, yeah, and we've had opportunities to make amendments, try to make them a little bit better, try to figure out how to work them forward, and now we'll start seeing more of those come onto the floor.
Okay, so it's kind of like you've had all the meetings, you've talked to all the people, and now it's time to take action and put something in place. So what are the bills that you think are going to make it to the floor and that are going to be kind of hot topics that you might vote on?
Well, certainly the transportation omnibus bill, we had last Monday, a week ago today, we had a rollout of the GOP plan. The DFL plan had been out before, as well as the governor's plan, and I think our bill has a great chance of making it through as well. I'm sure that it will make it through the House. Depending on what the Senate wishes to do with it will be another decision. They have their own parameters and their own ideas as well. But transportation has been a hot topic this year.
Every year.
Yeah, every year. It does do that,
yeah,
certainly.
it's Minnesota.
It is one of the programs that the state provides that impacts every one of us 24/7 from the day we're born to the day we die. And a lot of people says, no, I don't drive that often, and I want to remind them, but we have our police department that uses it and our fire department that uses it. We get all of our commodities in grocery stores that get
our businesses that use it to drive their products here.
Exactly, and as you heard earlier today, even the Steele County Food Shelf needs it to get their products to the food shelf.
So our tax dollars pay for all of that.
Exactly, so it's the one thing that we really are committed to. It's almost as important as communication system is today. And so it needs to take a priority in what we decide and do up at the Capitol.
There's the internet superhighway, and then there's the actual highway.
Right, correct.
Right?
Correct.
So, okay, and this bill, you said there are three bills, right? There's the Senate, there's the House, and then there's the governor's bill. So somehow these all have to be reconciled so that that one bill can be voted up or down and passed, hopefully.
Correct,
right?
correct, yes.
And an omnibus bill has a bunch of stuff in it, not
Oh, yes.
just transportation. Isn't that right?
Correct. It'll, a lot of times they're in excess of 100 pages long with all the information in regards to not only the policy provisions that are in there, but also the amount of dollars that's appropriated to each one. And once the House passes the bill and the Senate passes a bill, if they're not exactly the same, then they have to go into conference committee, in
Right.
which then the
More committees.
well, there's only
gotta meet.
one committee for the conference, because and then that works at pulling everything together, trying to figure out what they can keep in, what they can't, what they may need to add, etc. And then it goes out back to each of the bodies for another revote. And if both of them vote on it, then it goes to the governor. And if he chooses to sign it, it becomes law. If he chooses to veto it, then we start all over again, or we could try for an override of the veto.
Okay. I'm just a bill. Yes.
Yep, that's
So, the amount of money that we talked about, money's going to be appropriated for each of the items that are in the bill. How about Highway 14? I got to ask you about that one. Where are we?
Well, my hope, of course, is that it will always come to the rise to the top because of the importance. And just about everybody, when we talk about highways, talk about Highway 14, even those in the metropolitan area. And so we hope that it will certainly come to the top. One of the things that you may need to know is that we don't go into the Department of Transportation and dictate to them which ones come first. However, we have been trying to provide with them much more of parameters on what and how they decide on which projects are being done. Corridors of Commerce, which was created 2 years ago, added another segment of that priority, which is how does it impact commerce? How does it impact the economy in our area? The Rochester to Mankato and New Ulm area is one of the corridors that Highway 14 supports, and it is the only corridor that does not either go through Minneapolis-St. Paul or end or stop there. And so I believe that is an important piece for southern Minnesota and its economy.
And the state,
Absolutely.
obviously. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so people are taking that and prioritizing it. We still have a ways to go in Highway 14 in the fact that we still need to buy all of the right-of-way yet for the remaining portion of that. I'm always hoping that this year we'll get enough dollars to finish that, and that maybe next year or shortly thereafter we can actually start breaking ground. But it all takes time. It all takes a amount of work and planning to do that.
Right. So just one more question about Highway 14, and then there's other things that we've got to talk about too. But Highway 14. So what has been the stumbling block so far that's kind of made it not yet?
50-year project.
Well, one of the things that we have to remember is that our gasoline taxes pay for most of that, and our gas consumption has no longer been increasing. It's actually been declining a little bit, which means we've had less dollars. And so the department has been cutting back on some of these new programs in order to subsidize and just finish all of the repair and maintenance on the existing roads and bridges.
So money's decreased and the needs have remained the same or increased in
Correct.
terms of our maintenance of our roads.
Absolutely.
What's the gas tax right now? How much am I paying per gallon in tax for my?
You're actually paying
the
two
roads.
gasoline taxes, and a lot of people may or may not remember that. 28.5 cents is a state portion, and then there's 18.4 cents federal. So it's
Okay.
just at 47 cents out of every gallon that you buy, it goes to taxes. So today, if we're at $2.30 on the gas pump, the gas price itself is only $1.90
Right.
for the gasoline. The rest of it is all tax.
Okay, which I'm paying that tax. I'm happy to pay that tax because I need those roads.
Yep.
And if I don't pay the tax, I don't have the road, so it won't matter if I can get the gas. But yeah.
And so there has been a push for a gas tax, but I also would indicate that since this is a statewide, and whether you drive or not, you are using the roads,
Right.
we also need to
Right.
think about what is the tax burden of all of us for that. And so
Exactly.
it's important for us to also know that the general fund needs to provide for that as well, just like they do all of the other services that we use.
Now you serve on the Transportation Committee.
I am vice chair of the committee this year.
Okay, great. So we've got somebody in the bag here.
And I'm always pushing for Highway 14,
it
just so they
happen.
know, exactly.
So Highway 14, that's an ongoing topic. We'll talk about it again, I'm sure, but hopefully it'll be because we got the money and we're
Absolutely.
getting. But what else Excuse my little alarm there. What's the main bill other than the transportation bill that you would like to see come to the floor?
Well, I think there's also a large tax bill that'll coming forward, and what we're doing with that one is we're trying to get some tax relief back, especially to senior citizens and those that are having to deal with the state taxes. Right now, our tax rate is much higher than the federal level, and we're trying to bring that back down towards conformity so that...
You mean in terms of the estate tax?
Correct, in the state tax. And we're also one of the higher states still taxing Social Security benefits, for example. A lot of states don't tax your Social Security checks that you get, which are just dollars out of the pocket of the senior citizen. So I'm hoping that has to go.
Yeah. Well, we've run out of time because there's so many things to talk about, and we really appreciate you being here, Representative Petersburg. Thank you so much.
I appreciate coming always, and I hope to come back soon.
We will absolutely have you back. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for a couple of messages from our sponsors.
Hi, Warren Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Welcome back. We have got some announcements from the community. We are your community connection, so let's get started on this. It looks like there are still opportunities for senior fast pitch softball players and senior band members to apply for a $500 scholarship from the Nancy Schrott Memorial Scholarship Program. Those scholarships are in honor and memory of Nancy Schrott, who lost her 4.5-year battle with cancer in 2001. Looks like there's due to weather conditions, the Owatonna in Support of Alzheimer's Education Series was rescheduled, so it's for tonight at 6:30 p.m. in the Gainey Room. It looks like on March 20th, Riverbend Nature Center staff invites seniors to join them for a lifelong learning class all about maple syruping. If you want to learn about maple syruping, Wednesday, April 1st from 1 to 3 at the Riverbend Nature Center. Program fee is $5, and you can look for more on the Riverbend website. Can't read that one. Bowl for Kids' Sake, Saturday, April 18th, 8 to 1 at Spare Time Entertainment. That's always a fun event, and bowling is a lot of fun even if you don't know what you're doing. Young Life, Saturday, April 18th at the OHS Gym. It's their annual cake auction. It's this 37th annual cake auction. The doors open at 10 a.m. Live auction begins at 11 a.m. Music Boosters of Owatonna Pancake Breakfast, Sunday, April 19th from 8 to 12:15 at the Owatonna Eagles Club. $5 in advance from your favorite musician or Tone Music, $6 at the door. Children's Challenging Behaviors Workshop from the National Alliance on Mental Illness is April 22nd, 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Owatonna Hospital Room, 1487. And it looks like that's about it for our messages. Upcoming for Wednesday, who do we have coming up for Wednesday? We have got the Crisis Resource Center, Healing the Hearts of Our Children event, and we have Amy Swain Hearing Centers coming up for Wednesday.